Eric Miscoll from EMS Now on the show floor at Productronica 2025, and I have Mr. Mycronic with me. Kevin, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Always a
Thanks
pleasure.
for having me.
Absolutely. Enjoyed stopping by your booth yesterday. Actually, I swung by again today and took a look.
Yeah.
Let's start big picture and then get into some of the products. You guys are still kind of the full line offering is one of the things that really kind of distinguishes you.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, so we're still continuing with that full line messaging, and that's still where we're spending our money and our investment dollars. It's all the way from soup to nuts, from screen printing through jet printing and SPI, pick and place, and AOI, and everything in between. And then the communication and the software that pulls it all together with storage towers and material handling. So our message is still the same with full line, and a lot of the developments that we're showing here at the show it augments that competency, I would say.
And that's what we want to talk about, right?
Okay.
There's and three in particular in there, right? So it's the whole generative AI screen printing there, right? So you showed me some of that yesterday. Very exciting. I think it's getting good. The response seems to be very positive on the floor, right? So explain how that works and why it's kind of a game changer.
Yeah, so this is on our AOI platform, and a struggle for our customers. You know, Mycronic has always been low volume, high mix, NPI builds. So we've got small batch sizes, and a struggle for our customers when they want to use an AOI process is always the programming time of those small batch sizes. So how do we use the technology that is available to us today for a low volume, high mix environment? And that's always been a pain point and a stressor for our customers. And so very often our customers will either use that inline AOI machine as a conveyor. That's not good. Some customers will use a batch process, right? And that's not necessarily good either. So what we've done is worked with our AI team in France. We have an AI team in France, in Saint-Grave, that's dedicated to leveraging AI technology in the industry. And one of the functions that they have started working with is the use of AI in our AOI process. So the way it works, we take the output data from our pick and place platform. So we have all the X and the Y and the location and the reference designator. We have all of that information from our own pick and place tool. We use that as an input for our AOI. We scan in the first board coming into the AOI machine. We use AI technology to take the information from that first scan with the data that we have from our pick and place. And with using neural networks, we're able to now create a program automatically. So it does a lot of things for our customers. It's a very quick process, of course. So programming in AOI can be as quick as 3, 4, 5, 6 minutes to program from scratch. But maybe an equal point is the fact that we're able to do that with a de-skilled engineer, an operator level person. Even I can do it, Eric. And
makes the point right there,
yes,
right?
Even I can do it. But it's, one of the challenges in the industry, we've talked a little bit about, the turnover in resources, the turnover of staff. When you have a lot of tribal knowledge and experience in an engineer who then subsequently leaves, all of that tribal knowledge and it goes with them. So if you can now program a machine with an operator level person, you've given yourself a lot more flexibility, a lot more agility in the process. So it's all good.
And will that apply? Will that apply to any type of build? I mean, we're talking about the changes with a lot smaller batch sizes, but for more volume ones as well.
I mean, it can for sure. I mean,
after the initial programming, then it just
sure. So. As we have an auto-tuning process within the AI function, and that auto-tuning process, as we get more and more board data through the machine, that auto-tuning process fine-tunes those algorithms, fine-tunes those definitions between a good and a bad image.
Right.
So it's a constantly improving, constantly evolving first pass yield. The more boards you come through the machine, the better your first pass yield. But so there's so many benefits here, I think.
Yeah. So, and by the way, you did correct me. I misspoke when I said it was the screen printer, and it was the AOI. So thank you. So let's back up into the process there and talk about the screen printers too, kind of what's happening there, because you have some new developments there as well.
Yeah, on the screen printing side, we acquired a company, HCX in China, a couple of 3 years ago. Make a really solid platform typically for the Chinese market. So we've taken the last 2-3 years to take that very proven, very robust mechanical solution and westernize that solution for the US and the European market. So in those markets, we need UL certification, we need CE certification, we need RoHS reach, and all of those functions in order to sell into the Western Hemisphere. And so we've taken that now proven technology in China, worked with the software, worked with some of our controls architecture, worked with the electronics inside the machine to now enable us to sell that now globally. So a lot of opportunity.
Yeah. We move from there into the pick and place.
Yep.
What's happening there too?
So pick and place, lots of, I would say, evolutions there as well. So we started in 2023 in Productronica, 2 years ago. We introduced the A40 DX platform, which is a dual beam machine, capable of 59,000 components an hour. So pretty quick. We're not necessarily the small little NPI guy any longer. We're now moving into mid-volume segment a little bit with the DX platform. So that was brought to market in 23. 24 and 25 first half, we augmented that dual beam machine with the SX and the LX platform, which is a single beam machine for lower volume stuff. And now here, Productronica 2025, we've taken it now one step further. We've now introduced the A41. And the A41 is a platform that uses the same technology that we have on the A40, but now accommodates a much larger board size. So we're able to do a board 1 meter long by 609 millimeters wide, and that opens up the markets available for us. So that helps us in the telecommunications market, the 5G telecommunications market, the ATE market, and as you know, our home turf has always been in the military and defense segment. So it opens up more opportunities there too. So the A40 platform now into the A41 platform has been a nice evolution, I think.
I appreciate what you said there, because I remember the old My Data, right? You're known for having the big boards and being able to do those, obviously. And people really loved them, especially for the lower volume, right?
Sure.
A lot of MPI, a lot of prototyping, a lot of that. And that you're growing up the volume chain, if that's such a thing, right?
In the mid-volume segment.
In the mid-volume section, because there's enough on the really high volume side, but I think that within that, I appreciate that, because we often say, find your lane, stay in it, and dominate your lane, right? Don't try to be everything to everybody. Exactly. And that seems to be a testament to what you guys are doing.
Yeah, and I think one of the challenges I think we're all facing in this in this world right now is the customers need to be more flexible. They need to be more agile. They need to build just in time. They don't want to build to inventory any longer. When you don't build to inventory, it makes you want to narrow down the scope from a lot size perspective, and that falls nicely into our lap. So it's our DNA. It's where we were born. It's where we are still very, very strong and still lead the market, I think. And so we're doing fine. Yeah, we're doing fine.
I know you're doing fine. I see the quarterly financials when those come out too.
Yeah,
It's been in a difficult year, it's been a good year.
Yeah, if you were to look at our stock price and to look at Mycronic at a group level, we're still growing quite rapidly, both from a top line perspective and also an EBIT perspective. So it's really quite fun to be on. Nice ride to be on.
So as we're ending the year now, right? We're riding out in the holiday season, and then we're starting 26. How does next year? What's your lens into that tell you?
Yeah, I would say this is kind of a good benchmark, I think. We've been a little soft in the European market for 12, 18, 24 months. And I would say that, this show is a good baseline for us to see what customers are doing and where they're moving and what's their confidence level, what investments are they making. And I would say, here we are on day 2 of the show. Day 1 was super busy. Day 2 again, really good. So I would say a very encouraging start. I don't have a crystal ball,
yeah.
but if the activity level at the show this week is an indication, I would say that we're hoping for good things
There's
next
good
year.
ones. And that seems to be the general sentiment that I'm hearing from different companies.
That's good.
Too, so.
And I think here in Europe particularly, right? They've struggled
specifically.
a little bit. In the US, I think they've recovered it a little earlier. Europe has lagged a little bit, maybe 6-9 months or so. So this is it's a good indicator, I think.
Okay. Well, the next time I see you will be in Anaheim at Apex, and I expect a more sharpened pencil at that point.
No problem. I will work on that for you.
Please, something over the holidays, a little assignment.
Okay.
All right. Kevin, always a pleasure.
Thanks ever so much. And happy.